Welcome to another episode of the Clay News and Views podcast. My name's Josh Allen, and today we are talking about something a little bit different. Normally, we're talking about news stories or political candidates, but today we're going to talk about something that is fun and happy, and hopefully, no one can possibly get mad at me about, like they do with my other stories. We're going to talk about the Orange Park Women's Club and an upcoming event that they have that is a charity fundraiser. It's a gala. We'll get into that in a bit, but first, I want to thank Robin Meade and Constance Higginbotham for joining the show. So, ladies, thank you very much for being here. And tell us a little bit about yourselves and about the Orange Park Women's Club.
Okay, I'm Constance Higginbotham. I'm the president of the Orange Park Women's Club. They were founded in 1910 by 8 women who met at the Spar Hotel, and they started meeting at each other's house. In 1930, they built their own clubhouse and paid $30 for a Sears cottage plan. And since then, we've been living the volunteer spirit. This year, we just finished our recap for this year. Well, let me go back for a minute. In previous times, they cleaned the school grounds. They were the custodians of the first school in Clay County, secured electricity for Orange Park from JEA. After the town leadership went to JEA and could not get the electricity, the women got together and went to JEA, and they brought JEA to Orange Park. And that's how come Orange Park is now JEA and everybody else is Clay Electric. So that's really kind of cool. They were a USO kind of facility during World War II. They acted as counselors for men who came back with PTSD before that was ever diagnosed. But their big campaigns have been caring about the community and literacy. And so we're trying to continue that. This year alone, the calendar year of 2025, we completed 123 projects in the community, and we donated 24,000 community service hours, and we gave away $25,000. So we are doing what's best for the community, trying to stay involved and make a difference. We also have a group of little women called the Little Women of Orange Park, and they're teenagers between the ages of 12 and 18, and they do community service. And among that, they clean up Barnes Park once a week. They read to the animals at the animal shelter. They just learned how to make spaghetti for the what is it? The home in Green Cove Springs. Now I can't think of the name of it. It's the ranch, Seamark Ranch. So they made dinners for them. And then we packed Valentine bags for all of the kids that are out there. There are about 40 kids out there. So we paid the Valentine bags because we weren't sure about that. So we're staying involved in the community, and we're trying to do a good deed. We support Canine for Warriors, the helpful handbags. Our big project right now we're working on is trying to produce a video for human trafficking awareness, because Florida is number 3 in the United States and Jacksonville is number 2 in the state of Florida. So we're really trying to get that information out and working with the Sheriff's Department and work with other different organizations. Village of Hope, Helpful Handbags, Hope for Veterans. We just hosted the Challenge Enterprise Winter Ball. We have a big rummage sale for our community, Reach Across America. I mean, we do lots of different things, probably 40 different charities we're involved in. And we do that because we raise money through our gala. And Robin is one of our chairs for that. And so I want her to tell you all about our gala.
Hi, I'm Robin Meade, and I am the co-chair for the gala, and also the chair of the Civic Engagement Committee here at the Orange Park Women's Club. And I will show you our poster if people are going to see this. Here you go. This is our poster for our Golden Age of Hollywood gala. And we're very excited this year. We're holding it at the Hilltop Restaurant on March 13th from 6 to 10. You can find all the information and get tickets off of our website, which is orangeparkwomensclub.org. The restaurants that will be participating are, of course, the Hilltop, since we're there. Also, Anthony's Catering, Birdie's, which is a pretty new restaurant in Middleburg, and the Club Continental, Irie Diner, and Santioni's, and Turmeric Kitchen. And then for entertainment on the night of the gala, we have vocalist Kareem Zabena and the River City Rhythm Kings. And then also Bob and Mona King are going to get up and dance a little shag for us, show us how it's done. And we will have a silent auction. And so it's a dinner and dancing kind of evening with the classic Hollywood theme. For our social media posts, we have been taking pictures with Hollywood stars. We have these cutouts for social media. So if you see Marilyn Monroe or Jane Russell or James Dean or Clark Gable or John Wayne, that is a hint that you should come to the gala.
Nice. Yeah, you guys have a pretty active Facebook page. So one of the ways that people can learn more about you, I would assume, is go to your Facebook page. Another would be your website. So this is the fourth year that you guys have done this gala, right?
Yes.
If I'm remembering correctly.
Yes.
And then, so it sounds like you take the funds that you get, the proceeds from the gala, then sort of fuels the efforts that you guys have in your community service projects. And if I'm doing the math correctly, you said you did a roughly 120 some odd projects. That means every 3 days, someone from the Orange Park Women's Club is out there doing something for the community.
That's
So it's
it.
pretty neat, pretty neat. So how did the two of you get involved with the women's club? Like what drove you to be, because obviously you guys are members, but you're also one step above that. You're very involved, right? Like how did you end up being such a, so deep into the Orange Park Women's Club?
I was a retired teacher, and a friend of mine who is a retired teacher is a member. And she asked me to go one day for lunch, and I went and I learned about some of the projects and stuff. And I became chair of the environment community service program and started doing environment things. And then I became president. I
That
mean,
pretty much sums it up, right?
that's what happens. But I enjoy it because you're doing so much for the community. You're not just, I know that maybe when they were formed in 1910 and they got their building, women were not in the social place they are right now, and you couldn't form a business group or you couldn't form a business, and so you were limited in what you're doing. So they were found as a social club, and I entered it thinking that it was a community club and it was a business because they are incorporated. They're 501c. I see them more as a business who is able to do community service. And so you're involved because you are a business. There are some that believe we're a social club, but we do so much more than social. I can't believe that, we're a social club because we are a community club, in my opinion.
Yeah, that makes
I would
sense, right?
agree.
You're not just hanging out. Like you are spending time, I would assume, and getting to know each other, but you're actually
Yes,
you're pulling your resources and you're actually doing things in the community, right? And part of that, there's a social aspect. You're building a community around that, but it's like you said, it's more than just, hanging out.
it's
So you guys are also tied to, or not, you're not tied to, but you're connected with the Chamber of Commerce. And I would assume that sort of connection is built based on the fact that, like you said, the Women's Club isn't just a social club. These are women who are successful and run businesses. What sort of benefits do you guys feel like you get from being with the Chamber? Because I see the Chamber is kind of on fire recently. They are out and about doing all the things. So I would assume you get some value there. Tell me a little bit about that.
We do get some value from it, but they get, it's a give and take. We enjoy it. I started when I was in the environment, I became the liaison for the chamber. And through the chamber work, we talk about our different projects and things we do, and they support us monetarily and in person. We just spent like $10,000 redoing the back area of our clubhouse to make it an outdoor venue for weddings. And so the chamber came and supported us in the grand opening and everything, and we get the publicity out of that. And so therefore we've got more rentals, which gives us more money to give away to more charities. So it's kind of like a circle there, and which really works nice. I do have a couple of leadership roles in the chamber, and that helps us with getting our word across. We did a literacy event last year where we raised $15,000, giving away backpacks and books, and had like 20 booths, and we had activities for the kids, and we had readings and all that. And we ended up making $15,000 off of it to give back to literacy in the schools. And we were only able to do that because Florida Blue and other members of the chamber gave us money to help support that event. So it is a give and take. It's a circle of people.
Yeah, and stuff costs money, right? So even when
Yeah,
you're out doing good in the community, like, nothing's free, right?
that's right.
If you're wanting to give away books, somebody has to write the book and get paid to write the book. Somebody has to print the book and get paid to print the book. And then there's
Right.
distributors and all those things. So even when you're getting a discount, the stuff still costs money. So I would imagine
That's
that's pretty
right.
cool. It's good to see people being active and trying to get things done outside of politics. I'll just put it that way, right? Like
That's it.
there's a lot of people that dedicate a lot of time to politics, and God love them for doing so. I'm sometimes one of those people, but I always love it when there's organizations that are just sort of, hey, we're here to do good. Right. And these are the good things we want to do. So if someone wanted to learn more or maybe even join the women's club, what would somebody need to do to be part of what you guys are doing?
You can go to our website and there's an application. It's called an application process, but it's not an application. It's a membership data form. And you fill out what you are and what you're interested in. And then you send it to us and we send you back a welcome letter and take your money and you become involved. We have the chamber. Last year, we recruited 3 chamber members, became members of the Women's Club, and they all 3 hold a leadership role now. So it's like once we get you in, you see the value of volunteering and giving back to the community and the service learning. And, we have one of the little girls, our youngest member is 21, our oldest member was 102, and she just passed a couple of weeks ago. So we're quite a range of ages there, and we have our group of little women, their ages 12 to 18, and, so we're kinda, like, growing them into leadership skills and all that kinda stuff. They just held their first meeting and ran through parliamentary procedure and everything, so they had a great time with that. They go to
Pretty
state.
cool. Yeah, it's. I also love organizations that share the wealth in terms of knowledge, right? Because money and goods are one thing, but it's always nice to see organizations that sort of live out the mantra that you may be the smartest person in the room, but you're never smarter than the room, right? And when
That's right.
people get together with sort of the same mission, working towards the same goal, it's pretty amazing to see what people can accomplish. So going back to the gala a little bit, the gala is on a Friday in March. I believe you said it was the 13th. Correct me if I'm wrong.
March 3rd.
Lucky 13.
So we're Friday, March 13th, and I would assume your website is a place people can get tickets
Yes.
if they want to
Yes,
go to the gala,
yes.
right? And all right, cool. So I would highly encourage everybody to check it out. If you got nothing to do on March 13th and you're looking for something to do, go to the website, get involved with this organization. If it's not the Orange Park Women's Club, there's many others that you can get involved with. I would highly encourage people to find organizations like the Orange Park Women's Club where you can do something that's not about you, right? Give back to other people and invest in the community. So, all right. So I guess where we should end is sort of outside of that, or after the gala, is there anything else that's on the horizon for the Orange Park Women's Club that you would like people to know?
Robin, why don't you tell them a little about the Village Tea, the tea for Village of.
Yes. So, on April 9th from 4 to 5:30, we're hosting Villages of Hope. They're hosting a tea at the clubhouse, and we invite all of the community to attend. We're raising awareness on um, domestic violence, and that is the mission of Villages of Hope. So we encourage everyone in the community to. Our ladies are the best at making snacks for tea. So if for no other reason, stop by for some spectacular snacks. It's
Can I
only
ask a dumb question?
sure.
Is that event just for ladies? I happen to love tea. I'm a
No, it's for
you know.
anyone. Yeah,
All
we
right,
No,
all right.
it's
Just
for
making sure. I might hit
anyone.
you up on that
We'll
one.
sign you up,
Um,
Josh. Yeah,
yeah, because I don't know
absolutely.
if you've ever
Please
heard of a company
come.
called Adagio Teas. Like they have
Uh,
I have this fancy tea thing that boils the water to the exact temperature for each type of tea. So when you said tea,
that sounds
made me uh
amazing.
made me
yeah,
excited.
we had one a couple of years ago. We had a mother-daughter tea at Mother's Day, and that was such a big success, and Village of Hope always has a tea for theirs, so we just thought that might be a nice way to cap it off. Also, our health and wellness is doing something in April. They have a big seminar coming up, so you might but everything we do is on our website, and you can check it on, look at the calendar, and it'll have all the events listed for every day or whatever. Because, yeah, we have a book club where people get together and read books and talk about books and stuff, and we have someone for every group of people. And you can
Okay.
volunteer and never participate in fundraising, or you can fundraise and never, well, usually if you fundraise, you're volunteering. I would say you
You're
could, but
volunteering. You
I don't
do a
know
lot of work
anybody who is involved in fundraising that's not volunteering. And also, I didn't know,
volunteering.
I can't remember if Robin mentioned at the gala, we also have a dessert bar where we have 6 area restaurants bringing their best desserts. So and all I think everyone participating is a chamber member except one person. So, and we're recruiting them in the chamber. So we work really close with the chamber. We do.
Awesome,
I did
awesome.
not
Well,
mention that, thank you. And, women's clubs are traditionally thought of as, some women who are retired and get together and doing things, but we have opportunities for ladies who are working to meet too. Uh, our daytime meeting is the first Thursday of the month in the morning. But once a month, we have Divas at Dinner, which is an opportunity for ladies who work to come out and find out what's going on at the club. It's a more of an informal meeting than what we have during the day. But look for Divas at Dinner. Our next one is on February 24th at V's Pizza in Fleming Island. So just to
oh,
plug.
nice. Yeah,
And you
V's Pizza is great. I'll just give them a quick plug. We don't do sponsors on our show, but they have the best meatball sandwich in town. So if you've never tried their meatball sandwich, you absolutely should. Yeah, check that out. Check out all the Orange Park Women's Club's events. I highly encourage everybody to do that. And listen, like I said, get involved. We need more people get involved. We live in a digital world, but I think everybody right now, and
It's
this
kind of
recording is old enough to remember the world before the internet. So we sort of have one foot in both worlds, and it's cool to see that in person, offline interactions are starting to become more prevalent, even amongst the younger generations that are so conditioned to like doing everything
Yes.
online, which I know is ironic because we're recording this online and not in person, but whatever, take it as it comes. All right, ladies, I appreciate both of you very much. Thank you for, continuing that, over a decade or over a century's worth of legacy of the Women's Club. And
Yes.
we look forward to talking about future events. You guys have an open invitation, so just hit up Clay News and Views, and we'd love to talk more about anything you want to talk about.
And our website
Oh,
is
we sure will.
orangeparkwomensclub.org, and across the top of the screen, it will be a banner that says, check out our gala. So you click on the banner, and that takes you right to the ticket place.
Yep, and if you're watching this episode later or listening to it in the show notes, I will include the links both directly to the gala and the main website and their Facebook page. So just go down in the show notes, take a look at those, and hit these ladies up and help them out with their mission to do good in the community. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
ladies.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you.
us.